Hello, everyone. Welcome to GoTarryn TV. I'm Dr. T, PhD, the prodigy of sports psychology, here to welcome back another amazing guest, Mr. Anthony Segal of iDefend Krav Maga. Now, before Anthony rejoins us back here on today's show, I'd like to ask everyone out there, if you please be so kind as to like this video, leave us a comment, and share it with all of your friends and family out there. Now, again, as I mentioned, Mr. Anthony Segal is an amazing gentleman. He's incredible with what he does. He is the most awesome self-defense trainer that I know of in the whole planet, and he's all the way down in Johannesburg, South Africa. So he's about 6 hours ahead of where I'm at right now in Atlanta, Georgia, here in the USA. So we will be joining him here momentarily as we welcome him onto the call. In fact, I've got him on the line right now. So as soon as we come back, I'm going to unhold the line and we're going to bring him right back into the room and just get this meeting going, because I've got so many questions to ask him and I love interviewing this guy. He's just so much fun. And so again, just with an awesome individual like him, it's going to be really fun catching up with him and seeing how everything's going in his world down there in Johannesburg, South Africa. So when we return again, we'll have Mr. Anthony Segal of iDefend Krav Maga right here back on GoTarryn TV. And remember, with GoTarryn Health and Fitness, it's your time, it's your investment, it's your life. We'll be back in a second. So you did get the vaccine since last time we spoke. I think it didn't sound like you were going to get that. So you got the Johnson & Johnson vaccine.
I did. I decided to do it because, you're listening to all the stories all over the world, and I'm not going to do it. Like if you take Israel, he says, you can choose to take it or not take it. And people choose not to take it. And then it says, okay, well, you can't go into public parks. You can't go into public transport. So it's going to become like a whole, like, okay, I'm not taking it and I'm going to be an odd person. But if you want to travel that one day, they'll like look at your passport. And I think it's going to become like, well, if you don't have it, you're going to not be able to move around, period, in the country. Like in Israel now, they're saying if an Israeli comes to South Africa and then lands up going back to Israel and they find out that they were in South Africa, they're getting fined. We were going to run a seminar in August, but I'm not sure that that's going to take place now. So we're waiting to see if they open the airports in Israel, because they've shut those down. And we just have to, I suppose, protect and be safe. The gyms here have closed down again for another 2 weeks, but thank God the privates, are kind of carrying on, but obviously with precaution, and all protocols are taken into place. Sanitize equipment, sanitize yourself, sanitize afterwards, distance, and we have to just try and keep our heads above water currently right now. And unfortunately today 4 weeks, a month, I lost my dad. So
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry to hear that.
It's today 4 weeks, but he was doing well, and he had some heart problems and everything, and then he was carrying water, and then went into hospital, contracted COVID, but didn't have the respiratory functions to fight it. So so he passed a month ago today. But we're just trying to keep strong and keep everyone safe.
Yeah, Anthony, I'm so sorry to hear that. I apologize. I didn't know until now. But it's good to see you're holding up okay, though. You're managing all right.
Yeah, look, we thank God we've got a very, very strong support system with family and my mom, my brother, my sister. Even though we all over the world, the system is strong and we've got a good family bond, so it's good.
No, that's excellent.
And we're just there. Yeah, so not alone. Like I check on my mom and be there. And thank God my mom is like in a retirement village.
Mm-hmm.
So at least she's got the company, and they moved there 4 years ago. So it was a very good thing for them to do. So she was very happy about that. But
Oh,
she's now got, yeah, she's not in a house alone or whatever. So it's all good.
oh, okay.
And you,
Okay.
how was 4th of July?
Yeah, so that was our big Independence holiday here over the weekend. So since I last spoke to you, I've been out of town, and they kind of go nuts here. You know, it's crazy in the United States. Whenever there's a big celebration like that, they extend it out to a long weekend. It's another reason to overeat and drink a lot of alcohol and eat some more. And so
Sure.
yeah, what I'm hearing a lot going back in the fitness centers this week is that a lot of people are pretty much saying the same thing. I ate too much. I drank a lot. I gained 10 pounds. Now I need to burn this off again, because it's like a vicious cycle. I think here in our country, in America, we are very guilty of every time there's a holiday, which seems very, very frequent. It's all another excuse to kind of eat and gorge and be gluttonous. I think you and I have talked about that before, but I
Sure,
don't
we
know.
have, yeah.
It's I don't think it's as bad where you're at, though. No, or is it?
Well, they did a survey with with lockdown and people in stress, and there was actually from people being stressed, lockdown, no work, the ratio of like men putting on weight, women putting on weight, everyone's about 10 kgs up from where they normally do and go, so they fight that regime of like, okay, well, I've got nothing to do. So comfort eating, bored, there's nothing to do, so I go open the crisps. And in America, it's great because you upsize on everything. So like it's a big task for you guys to try and keep the on a par of just saying I'm only going to have the medium chips, but it's $1, it's $1 extra or 50 cents extra, but you've got to listen to your heart, you've got to listen to your body as well.
Yeah, everything here is we call it supersize me. I don't know if you've heard that expression, but McDonald's kind of
100%.
coined that. Yeah, and you're right. It's so much cheaper. It's only like 40, 50 cents or $1 or whatever to just supersize. And so you might as well get the 32-ounce Coca-Cola and the extra large French fries with extra seasoning and more salt. And instead of the double, we have the cheeseburger double bacon.
Maybe I must come live in America and train people in America. Maybe I've got a little nest egg there waiting for me to get all these people on the beach and exercise them, eh?
Oh, you would do very well here. I think, most recently I was looking at the CDC statistics here. That's the Center of Disease Controls here. And the latest obesity epidemic here, the percentage is up to over 40% of the population in America is obese, not just overweight, but 40%. Yeah.
But it's we don't have the obesity, but we have about, I think I can be corrected, but in the region also in the 40s of even higher of unemployment.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So it's very high. Unfortunately, yesterday there was a robbery in one of the centers. 10 armed men, came in. Today there was a robbery at a garage outlet where they didn't even take the car. They opened up the guy's boot and kept him on the floor, but took all his groceries and put them in their car and drove off.
Oh wow.
So it's like the threat levels are like being very brazen and during the day, and because people don't have work and they're fighting for everything, and we've had these discussions. So we just got to keep aware, keep safe, and just watch everyone and be aware and keep doing things. Just practice safety, practice. But on the flip side of it is, I'm sure you've been following the news with ZUMA and going into prison.
No, I please tell me what's this all about? I've missed this.
So ZUMA has been charged to go to prison for 15 months.
Oh, okay.
But obviously where he is at the kind of the settlement where they stay in his home, he's guarded by his supporters, you know, like his strong allies of supporters of not allowing him to put handcuffs on him and everything. So it's like showing like I'm above the law, and technically now he's a fugitive because he's got till 12 o'clock tonight to get arrested. And but his crew, his colonies are like going to fight for fight. And if that happens and he's not going to prison, I think this country is going to have a little bit of a riot on their hands, because it's like, well, if he doesn't believe in like he's above the law, then I'm also above the law, and I'll also do that. Because I think it was, if I remember, Tony Hewitt, I think it was. He was arrested. I think, and he was a 70-odd-year-old man, and he had to go to prison. You know, and there was no hold bar because of who he was. And yeah, he's claiming, I'm sick, I'm not a well man, I don't think I deserve to go to prison. And you've broken the law, you've done a whole lot more. You're not above the law. You need to meet your maker. And unfortunately, it's going to be a very interesting few days going forward.
Wow. So that's the big news right now then.
That's the big news.
Oh, what do you predict? What's going to happen from here? I guess he'll be turning himself in and he'll be arrested. And
never.
Oh, wow.
I don't see it happening, unfortunately. And I think it's going to become I don't know. We'll have to watch your space. Yeah. So, yeah. You know, we'll have to. Yeah. So unfortunately, we're going to see what they say tonight, like at 12 o'clock. But the problem is, if you're a supporter of a tribe and you're in a police uniform, my thoughts, and only my thoughts, if you now have to come and arrest your own, the police are not doing it, because I can't come in and take one of my own. It's against our belief. Against, you know, he's the father of our future, you know, that kind of vibe. So I think maybe they'll have to get guys like the big boys in and just say, we hold no bar. You know, if you fail to go in, we will do whatever needs to be done. But they need to pass that law. But let's see what happens. So it's going to be interesting times. And now tell me, with America and Independence Day and social distancing, alcohol, and all of that, is you connecting, you with friends, with family, drinking, partying, and everything goes on as normal?
Yeah, they're pretty much back to normal. I think that I heard that the news was saying that here in this country, this past weekend was the most traveled, busiest travel weekend here in this country in the last year and a half since before COVID. So, yeah, you had so many people traveling. And for example, we went to the beach, and everybody on the beach was like shoulder to shoulder, because here, obviously, you know, as opposed to where you're at, we're entering into the summer, warmer, hotter weather here. And yeah, we're just going to the beach, the water and the ocean, enjoying all that. And again, just people are just eating like crazy and drinking a lot of alcohol. We saw a lot of drunk people, and a lot of big people on the beach too, kind of, you know, just definitely they could use some exercise and probably some of your guidance to help them lose some weight. So we saw a lot of that this weekend.
Yeah, look, it's the costumes don't fit anymore, and the wave in my stomach are the same, and you know, I don't know. So you know, the little baby on the beach going, "Look, Mom, there's a whale." You know, no, it's some guy coming out of the beach. You know?
Yeah, so it's funny. You know, we hear this a lot from, and I'm sure you hear it too from the fitness center members, that it's like again, just perpetual vicious cycle that they'll say, well, I came back, I gained 10 pounds, I need to lose this weight. And then they get on a momentum, but then the next holiday comes, and before you know it, we're entering into all the major holidays here. And this country, we have every weekend, there's some kind of holiday. And I mean, it goes without saying, because every retail store, for example, every weekend, like this last weekend, they had the special 4th of July Independence holidays, and the retailers are saying this is the only time we do this sale every year. And then next month they're going to say, this is the end of summer sale. It's the only time we do this sale. And every single month there's
Yeah,
always something. So it's always that.
absolutely.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, no,
I'm sure it's the
yeah,
same
carry on.
there too.
No, look, people do go for sales, and
Yeah.
like when it's winter, you buy the summer stuff that's going, so you get discounts on it. And when it's summer and the winter stuff are coming down, you buy the winter and you buy bigger sizes, so you don't have to spend that money what you would normally spend in the winter season or the summer season. But I think more than that, I think people don't have that money, so it's not becoming about a clothes shop or it's becoming, I've got 2,000 rand, and I've got to pay rent, and I've got to buy food, and I've got to put petrol in the car. Clothes is the last thing on my mind to actually, downsize, take stuff from your brother, take stuff from your sister, swap and change. Right now, the economy is taking a bit of a hiding with people and jobs. And, right here, we've got our schools also closed.
Oh, no. Oh, I didn't realize that.
So now parents are trying to work off Zoom at home, but got your 9-year-old and your 8-year-olds at home. Mom, I'm bored, and they're trying to close a deal on Zoom, and they're trying to, and it's very difficult times. And like there was a post of what can I do with my children? So I said, you know what? Like I replied back to one person. I said, I can come out to you, all protocols, sanitize myself, sanitize the bags, put bags out. Each child has their own bag, so there's no touching of bags.
Yeah.
And run, come back to the bag, and you kneel down on the bag, punch the bag, sit up, squats, go back.
There you go. Right.
And you just do a little bit of fitness in the period of while they're at home, so they're not just watching TV or eating and comfort eating, and I'm bored and I'm this, or look up things. Parents, I think, become very complacent in their life of how. So now they've lost touch of interacting with their kids now that they're home, but they've also got to work. But you can do arts and crafts, and you can make things. If you go to a hardware shop and buy little wood and glue and make a house and paint it, and think out the box. You've got to keep the brain busy and stimulated.
Yeah, no question. You're right. Here in our country, they're guilty also of binge watching, watching a lot of TV shows. We call it binge watching. So binge watching just different TV, and Netflix is pretty big here, and Amazon Prime Video, and people will just watch hours and hours endlessly on there, and just eating the potato chips, drinking the soft drinks, and sitting on the couch, and just being very sedentary. They're not doing anything.
Have you seen that video with, there were 2 videos that went out where a guy put his hoodie on the other way around. So his hoodie was facing his face.
Okay.
So he used that to pour his popcorn in. So he sat on the TV, and that was his dish. So he ate the popcorn out of his hoodie, kind of, I'm enjoying watching the comfort eating. So instead of your hoodie being at the back of you, it was in front, and he filled it up with popcorn, and that was his dish, But there was a couple of months ago, there was a great one where a guy was training a Black American. It was an amazing video, and he trained this guy, and then he went into McDonald's, and he was ordering his Big Macs and his this, and the personal trainer ran into the McDonald's and started screaming at him, what are you doing? All my hard work, all this, all that. And this big grown man, I'm sorry, eat properly. All my hard work, it's not paying off.
Oh, that's great.
I think the thing is the biggest thing with this is, I think take everything in your stride. I know I need to lose weight. Okay, so I'm going to wake up and I'm going to go run around the block. No, you're not. Wake up and put your shoes on. That's all. And then tomorrow, wake up, put your shoes on, open the door and walk to the gate.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Then the next day, open the gate, walk to the first corner. And eventually it's like saying, all right, I'm putting the kettle on and I'm going to do one squat while the kettle's boiling.
Mm-hmm.
And then it becomes, all right, then you're boiling the kettle the next day and you go, oh, I'm waiting for the kettle, I'll do 2 squats.
Mm-hmm.
And you gradually grow with time. And I think the biggest concern with people is, if I'm going to get a personal trainer, I'm embarrassed, and B, he's gonna kick my butt so hard. I don't want to I'll be too sore tomorrow to do anything, and I don't want to. So my first sessions are more like, what do you want to get out of it?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like, you can get confidence, and you can get the teamwork from rather sitting on a face-to-face or on a Zoom and talking to someone, then giving them like a boot camp kind of thing, and they will gain more respect from you, because I don't know how your body is. It's exactly like the vaccine of going around. Someone has a vaccine. Okay, well, my body reacted like this way. Your body's going to react that way. And each person, like, I don't know your fitness level. I don't know your strengths. I don't know. But if I talk to you and you now become from a client to a friend, and it's a goal that you both want to achieve, then you work together and it's a partnership. But if you're just there for the dollar or the pound or the rand, you lose focus of what you want to do or what your client wants.
Oh, good point. Yeah, I mean, very well said. You're right. And that's why it's important, absolutely, that they definitely need to know what their priorities are and their goals, and that's the only way they'll get there. And
sure, 100%.
Yeah, I agree. How's business otherwise, Anthony? What else is going on for the remainder of this year?
We've thank God I've been able to pick up some clients in the COVID period, which are like privates, which has been very, very. I've been very grateful to them. But the others the classes are, let's just wait where the third wave goes and what's happening, play it safe. So it's touch and go, and we just got to, what do they say? Be positively negative. You don't want to be positive, but you want to be negative, but you want to be, so you can train, because if you're positive, you can't train in isolation. So you want to be positively negative to carry on training.
Yeah, it's very well. That's true. It's a good thought. It's such a weird thing too, isn't it? When do you foresee this whole thing getting back to normal where you're at? Is there any light at the end of the tunnel?
Well, I believe, I hear, but it's all hearsay, that he might be talking on Sunday, and we can take it from there, what he's going to do. I know that my sister's in Australia, and they've just extended the lockdown for another week.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, so everything, we got to watch it. People are not like keeping that distance, keeping that, like, you're still meeting, and if I'm not meeting for coffee at a restaurant because restaurants are closed down, I'm coming to your house, 6 couples, 10 couples, and then we're sitting. So we're all behind closed doors. We've driven into the driveway. We've closed the gate. No one knows that we're all here socializing. And someone might have got it and passed it. And so we got to and especially if you got elderly parents or young children, you got to be respectful for everyone that you come into contact, not just yourself.
Very, very good point. Yeah, no question about it. And I'm glad to hear there were no side effects for your shot too. That's just a one and done. You don't have to get it again, Anthony?
Yeah, they are. No, I don't have to get it again. But I am feeling like I've got a hell of a headache, and my lower back is. That's why, please excuse me, but I'm like lying down on a heat pack on my back.
Oh,
and that's why I'm not sitting.
Okay.
I'm not sitting up in a having the Zoom. So, but I didn't want to cancel. But it's been. Yesterday I was fine, and I talked yesterday, and this afternoon I was teaching, and then I came home and I was just like man down, and my back was sore, my headache was but you know what? I'm taking care, and I'm just listening to my body and resting.
Yeah, that's all you can do. And Anthony, I'm sorry. I apologize for not realizing that you were in such pain, and I commend you for getting through with this. And I appreciate you doing this. Back here, it's so good to always catch up with you. Just a few more questions for you, if you don't mind. So, what is the rest of your week, your forecast looking like, and what other goals do you have going, both professionally and personally, here in the next month or two? Would you say?
So professionally, I'm going to win the lotto numbers, and we're going to, dream high, and buy my ticket to America, open up a gym in America, and come train there. So I see that as my forecast. Chase the dream. Train on the beach in the open air. You know what? It's very hard to say right now. There's a lot on my plate. With the passing of my dad, and we have to get family stuff in order. And with more work coming in, or trying to find more work, or trying to find more students yet, I've offered my services to, security companies as well. And we've trained at the rehab centers, and they've done very well. Good. But obviously people don't have money to now go pay an X amount of money for a rehab. So the rehab centers are like dwindling on the income side of things until they get more students. But I think with the stresses of work and life, there are a fortune of people that are actually reaching the bottles and the acid and the this, and unfortunately they don't have that source of income to get that help or that love or that support for the help. So those are bad cases. But people must know, we've got a medical side here that is called Hatsola. It's a medical team run by Jewish doctors and the medics and everything, and everyone who's had COVID, they have dropped. First of all, they phone every family and do their checks every morning. They've dropped an oximeter at each house to take their oxygens. So they monitor. It's such a wonderful organization, and it's amazing to be part of a team of guys that are like so willing to really, there was a message on Facebook today that, it doesn't matter. Men don't have to come in cloaks and Superman outfits, and they can be just the average guy, just being able to do the right thing, and great, even from the Chevra Kadisha, where the guys are working overtime, like they are, the bodies, unfortunately, that are dying. They the work that they do is unbelievable. But I want to tell you an interesting little story. I've been I've been reading I've taken on something different, since my dad passed, and I'm finding comfort in what, I read this book, and this book is it's called I'll show it to you. It's quite it's called Growing Each Day.
Oh, okay.
All right, and each day you just read like a little verse to it, or a little story to it, and you pick. Some things are over my head, some things are there, and one thing that caught my attention or whatever was, when you're angry and you want to verbally say something terrible to that person, they said you go up to that person, and I like that quote. They turned around and said, "May your bread be soft and your butter always hard." So
yeah.
So watch your mouth. Be careful. Look off. Watch your mouth. But very interesting story about my dad's passing. So my dad passed on the 7th of June.
Okay.
Which was the 27th of Sivan, which is the Jewish date. Okay. Now, my dad's in his life, he had a lot of sevens, and
Hmm.
there is some spiritual 7 of the aura and so forth. And I've looked at it, and my dad's oldest sister is on the 7th. She's
Hmm.
also passed. My dad's younger brother is on the 7th. My sister, his firstborn, is on the 7th. I'm on the 17th, and their house number that in the unit where they lived was 223, or where my mom still stays. 223 is 7. My dad's father's tombstone is 37. And then the grave number out of all the graves at West Park Cemetery, my dad's number is 494, which is 17.
Oh, wow. Oh, gosh. That
So
is,
like,
that's wild.
Yeah, like I look into it, there's definitely a bigger spiritual thing beyond all of us and the way we act, the way we move forward. And I've learned a lot from this journey in a month. So I'm going to carry on learning, and I've got great support, and we just try every day.
Good. Yeah, very good, Anthony. Well, again, thank you so much. Great story there at the end. That's amazing. And again, please accept my sincere condolences on your father's passing. And again, I always enjoy catching up with you. And I just hope that you get to feeling better, and that your back pain and goes away, feeling back to 100% very soon next time we talk to you.
Thank you very much. And it's always good speaking to you. Sending love to you and the family. By the way, how was the move?
It was good. Thank you. Yeah, we got moved in. And so thankfully my back held up. And that was what I was mostly concerned about. Let the movers do all the work. And we're in.
You should have paid $20 to everyone who's overweight and told them to come and carry boxes up the stairs.
Yeah, they would have asked, is there going to be pizza and food there? Then they'll come. They'll do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, good speaking to you. Look after.
You too. Thank you, Anthony. Take care. Hang in there and get well. And again, please accept our condolences. And I will talk to you next month too. And thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it, Anthony.
Look after. Keep well. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Ciao, ciao.
Bye-bye.
Bye.